Welcome back to this video. In honor of the sun god recognizing daylight savings time and falling back his clock, I was going to add another headlight to my electric bike to account for the loss of daylight. The issue is, this headlight which I bought sucks. So instead we're going to take it apart. The beam is just way too narrow. You know, that's good for seeing something half a mile away, but the cars that are going to kill me are going to be right up on my nose. And here's issue 2. It's got 3 stages. It's got dim, bright, and flashing. And I don't want to have to futz with that. All I want is a headlight, you know? So let's see. Yeah, back unscrews. And inside you can see nothing. There's bolts on this side, but that seems to just hold this clamp on. So I wonder how this comes apart. Well, you know what they say. No steps forward, no steps back. This is supposed to be a motorcycle headlight, not a bicycle headlight, so I guess they might have actually built these to standards. And that standard, I guess, is to prevent water ingress. It's totally sealed. Well, you can see my other videos to see what I think of that. As usual, I don't actually have the spudging tool that could open this way. It seems like every single part of this has been glued in. So this is actually oh wow. This is kind of stumping me. Almost broke my knife. Well, you know what they say. When life gives you glue, make hot glue. That's glue. Just so you know. Got my safety equipment, gloves, safety glasses, and lab coat. Safe from anything. Whatever. Try to get this lens off, I guess. What do they epoxy this in? Huh, no dice. I'm not really willing to put very much more heat than that on account of having to touch it. Well, we tried half-assing it and ratified yes. I wonder why I even made this video. Well, I guess this time the part wins. Except that I lost the cap. There we go. It was making liaisons with the tools. Pretty typical. You know, this thing's kind of annoying me. I think it belongs on the bike. My usual problem with these crimp-on connectors is I don't know the correct way to put them on, so the insulation part always slips off. Luckily, I do know the incorrect way. Obviously, I don't have enough spade connector terminals on my bike for another light, so I'm going to do something which I'm sure I'll never regret. I guess in order to make these watertight, you do have to fill this or crimp this somehow with something. I just think probably hot glue is not the preferred alternative. This hot glue is a trick I learned from shitty Chinese goods teardown videos. And I see that the Chinese producers use this all the time. And I figure, well, heck, I'm shittier than they are. Maybe I should start using them. And all we have to do is kludge this back into the bike. And we'll have a shitty spotlight. I think we also need to tape this to the bike as well, but... Hey, if NASA needed to mount this, and all they had were zip ties, they'd zip tie it as well. Let's try out my laser beam impression. I remember the original premise to this video. Yeah, that's not so good. I deem thee garbage. Hey, at least it would make a nice looking shot glass if you were looking for sextuple shots. I'll see you next time when maybe I can actually find something interesting to do.